Welcome back to GTU. Why not make all your aches and pains a thing of the past by trying out acupuncture?
Joining us now for the sponsored interview is Dr. Stephanie Scott, a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. Doctor, thank you so much for being here. I love your practice because you focus on something unique, and that is hope for neuropathy.
Yes, that is correct. We do specialize in hope, but more specifically neuropathy. So we also specialize in other things that Western doctors that rely more on pharmaceutical solutions, we can offer those patients hope.
When you say neuropathy, Saray, this is something that you have dealt with. Describe what your patients are feeling and how acupuncture helps.
So really, can you imagine what it would feel like if every step that you took, it felt like you were walking on glass? What if it felt like you had these lightning bolts of pain in your hands and your feet? Like it felt like you were walking on sharp rocks, or you have pebbles in your shoes. How would that feel? I mean,
it's painful.
It would be horrible, right? But there are 20 million people out there that are living like this.
So how would acupuncture really alleviate some of that pain that you're talking about?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about neuropathy. So it is a degenerative condition, and if you don't do anything about it, it will continue to progress and it will continue to get worse, okay? So eventually, at some point, the pain does stop. That horrible, horrible pain will end. But it's not a good thing, because then the numbness sets in. And when the numbness sets in, that means the nerves have died. So
that's a tough situation.
Well, tell us about then a consultation. Someone comes in and says, I'm dealing with neuropathy. What happens next?
Okay, so sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
That's okay.
But
That's
you
okay.
are
Take it slow.
helping people because they are suffering, and it's not a fun situation. And by the time they reach you, they are looking for that hope, aren't they?
Let me give you an example here, okay? So we're not 21 anymore. We're a little bit more than that at this point. We live in Utah. So when we walk out to our car, we're walking on that snow and that ice. If we slip and fall and we break a hip, that's going to be a life-changing event for us, right? So for all of our seniors out there, if they fall and they break a hip, that's usually the beginning of the end for them. So really, losing the pain and having the numbness is a bad thing, because at that point we start losing our independence. We can't drive. They can't feel the gas and the brake under their feet. So really, I mean, they shouldn't drive. They can't drive safely, right? So it really is a bad thing if we start losing that pain and losing that numbness.
So why contact you? Why do you offer hope, and what can you do for your patients?
So what we do is when we get people in and we do an exam and we figure out how far they've declined, how bad they've got. And once we have that, we figure out if we can help them, and that's great, but there are a handful that we can't help, unfortunately. So once we've done that exam, it kind of gives me a framework of what we need to do to treat these kind of patients. So every patient is different, and that's kind of the nice thing about what I do, is the medicine is very individual, and I can tailor it to each individual patient.
Are you having success?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we'd love to have you out at some point and talk to some of our patients.
That's why that exam is so important, because you look at that patient and you're right there in Sandy. You do have an offer right now. Call and mention GTU for a discounted consultation fee of just $25. That phone number there on your screen for more hope for neuropathy.
Salt Lake Acupuncture Clinic. That's the information and the website there. And of course, you can always go to our website for more. Thanks to Salt Lake Acupuncture for sponsoring this interview. All right, let's